can't perpetuate that. I like this
I'm
change.
just saying
I don't.
It's a chance. Okay.
Well, there's definitely a chance, but right now there's obviously a lot of talk about these scoped weapons in CSGO. People aren't liking it, and I think the price point definitely has to change.
That's for a different time, but I was just saying.
I got a lull right now. There's a little lull in gameplay.
There was a great man that once said, typing LOL, capital L-U-L, is the equivalent of adding online.
Rufflecopter.
Do you agree with that man, Chad?
Nope.
Well, that man goes by the name of Carmack.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, I happen to agree with him in that sentiment. And well, it would appear as though Liquid and Navi, having rounded out the score lines here.
Money broken.
Money broken. Everything's shot. And, well, Liquid only going to have that op saved by Nitro in the last round. Actually, some weaponry coming out. 2 Deagles so far and a Scout. A Twist and a CZ.
Both these teams are really keen to force behind any saved weapons because they know the individuals are able to make miracles happen. So, buying what they can. Nitro with the AWP has to be the spearhead, but he's not playing a forward position. He's just sitting at the car towards A right now. So actually, Twist and Elige, who are close up catwalk, and a lot of pressure on Stewie2K, who's on the backup platform with a Scout right now. He's on an island, so if they were to attack that site, he's going to be left alone.
Now, this could prove to be a pretty good idea by Liquid. They know they've been getting abused on this catwalk area, and when they're grouping up, you can see that they have a player playing more anti-flash, and they're ready to take that fight. Last time they took it, though, didn't necessarily pan out for them. In fact, it went the complete wrong way.
Yeah.
So maybe there is a story of redemption to be held here, sort of like Simple holding this angle, just waiting for Liquid to give him that opportunity. All intents and purposes, doesn't happen. Zeus is there to save the day, though. Simple misses his first. And now, some sort of weird something has transpired, Chad.
In a bit of limbo right now because they know that there are more players towards catwalk. They're not in a rush to take the duel. Utility has been blocked. They know that there's the saved AWP, but it hasn't moved so far. Nitro is still over towards the car position as Na'Vi have to wait for the mid-round call of Zeus to come in. Electronic's going to go down over towards that B bomb site, and I think this is going to force their hand towards A, and that's where the stack and rotation is.
Yep, that worked out beautifully. Nitro finding a really big frag there.
Oh, Nitro has to look at long here.
Yeah, someone's got to look at long. If not Nitro, I mean, he does have the AWP. It would make the most sense, and in fact, he is going to hold this angle saving.
That's it. They made the save call.
Yeah, there's just not enough time. You're exactly right, Chad.
They had the number advantage there. Electronic lurking into the B bomb site on his own gets taken down. Then they're forced to go towards the A site.
Counter-terrorists win.
And you know, for Team Liquid, they do have that one map cushion, so I mean, I guess going into this one, they can have that sort of ease of mind, but it's not going to win them the game. However, putting more rounds on the board will. 5-4 your score right now for Team Liquid. Playoff contentions in mind, and they're going to take a timeout to mull it over.
Yeah, I think this is a... Oh, it is a technical timeout according to the lower third there. I'm going to sit and talk through their options because this is a very back and forth affair. 3 rounds on the trot for Liquid to start the game. 3 in response from Na'Vi, and now we're finding ourselves just back and forth. Teams happy to force buy, teams happy to buy around save weaponry.
Adren there, the most recent addition alongside of Stewie2K, we talked about, former Liquid player, returning now in the coaching role. Just something else to add on top of the dinner table. Liquid looking strong and one of the favorites to prevail in this stage. For now, it would appear as though Na'Vi, with this sort of buy that we have in front of us...
Could be the B explosion again behind the Molotov.
Could be the B explosion, very much so, Chad. Simple with this AWP. Going to try to get the pick. He has spotted the player there in Stewie2K, and he does, in fact, find the frag. That is the opening that Na'Vi needed to get in this B-bomb site. But the transition is already in play. It's going to be Elige. He does have the AUG. He does have the door, and potentially a decent angle. That smoke's going to prove that to not be the case. Asks for the flash. Does get it. Grabs 2. But Simple's there to return fire and take Elige out.
Massive impact there, but oh, Flamey had a chance to finish the round right there. Unable to connect. Naf will get in with the Famous, and now the plant has to go down on the B bomb site. The retake is possible, but Simple still lives. They're going to smoke off tunnels, but Simple is back a platform.
Man. And you could tell they want to go for this. They just don't know how entrenched Na'Vi is. They want to try to go through this window area. Perhaps split the door. And Simple going to have a great angle for that shot, but Nitro's going to have an even better one, taking down Simple. And what a marvelous showing, what a marvelous display there from Nitro. They're on the bomb already, and Zeus can do absolutely nothing. As the glycerin has prevailed here, the liquid will continue to flow.
Bit unlucky there for Zeus. I like the player who was going to jiggle around that smoke and hope that they expected him to be towards tunnels where it was smoked on off, but they are going to catch a glimpse of him. They will take him down. And now another round on the board as Liquid are attempting to stabilize here. They've had 2 on the trot, giving themselves a chance to slowly build an economy. The double orbs will come out now for Liquid. In the hands this time for Stewie2K and Naf. I want to keep talking about this point. Liquid have 4 players on this roster who are more than happy to pick up the AWP. Naf, Stewie, Nitro does it ability, and sometimes necessity, and Twists.
That's just another layer to the complexity of kind of understanding what this Liquid lineup has to offer, right? If all of these guys can pick up the AWP, and they're all known for taking duels, and they're all known for being sharpshooters, that's just one more aspect to be scared of, I suppose.
Just quickly, Trace, you mentioned complexity.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was hoping we'd get some sort of B stream up here. What do you got for us, Chad?
Complexity went on to win the first map, 22-19 over NRG, who are now 1 map away from getting knocked on out. And Naf, 1 pixel away from getting that kill. Forced back into the site, he will find one. Flashed up now, has to flash of his own. The teammates are there to back him up as a liege over the shoulder. Able to pivot and stop this attack before it even started. Zeus, last alive again, picks up a scout, will get a tag, but right now all he's playing for is stats because...
yeah.
Not a lot you can do.
Not a whole lot you can do. They did throw that Molotov to kind of, push that advance back, but at the end of the day, Na'Vi said, you know what, we're going to go with it. We're going to try to go through it. And that didn't prove to pay out. I don't think they anticipated to have an AUG on the other side, but maybe they did. 7-4, and I said the liquid keeps on flowing, as well as delivering. Timeout now, taken from the side of Na'Vi. Understand that things are starting to spiral a little bit, but they are, in fact, not going to have that much money and really anything to put together a good buy of anything decent, I suppose.
Na'Vi with the pause now. They definitely need to come up with a new style of attack. They did have some success when they did the pounce through the Molotov on the B bomb site, traded efficiently, forced Liquid to save. That pistol round was quite fast on the mid to B. Zeus had success getting out long and finding some picks. But this is so spawn dependent on a lot of the strategies you can call, right? If your star players don't get long spawns, then you don't really feel as comfortable, especially a team that's so top heavy like Na'Vi.
Right. Well, what they've had to do here is Flamey's going to pick up a Deagle, Zeus with an ump. We got 1 Galil on the board and 2 AKs in Simple and Edward. Meanwhile, the double op setup of Liquid could prove to be ferocious, might I say. And, well, taking that lower B control will be not as sincere. And actually all of mid control, which should give them the flexibility. We do know they have like to work their way up catwalk time and time again, or they like to see if Simple can potentially get out middle and find an opening for them. But right now, what they've invested in this round should be pretty interesting. I mean, they do have 5 flashes and 5 smokes, Chad. What are they going to do with those?
It looks like they want to go for that cat execute again. Once they get control, throw the wall of smokes out onto the A-bomb site, try and isolate the AWP player. See if they can get an extra bit of free territory. There's some cool one-way smokes you can drop on that elevator box to allow yourself to fight over the top of it. But this time they're postured more forward. Twister's holding along all on his own, whereas Naf actually has a liege close on up to throw utility and aid, and you're going to see how that plays out. Takes the shot, a liege throws the nade. They both reposition now. And look at this, the Molotov's going to land, which will stop the attack. Even if they want to drop CT spawn, it's not going to be so easy as Zeus. He's going to make his way down. Now they've isolated the rotation.
He's done it, though, but those shots are going to ring out like the war drums, Chad. And now, Liquid are going to have to play this to perfection. They're going to have these 2 players pinching from upper B tunnels, and it's only a matter of time before they shoot Stewie in the back. But instead, it's going to be Nitro that catches one in the back, and... well, after having exchanged kills, he didn't manage to kill Edward. Now, in this retake, Chad, it's kind of hard to forecast. I mean, Twist.
There's a dark play coming in here. That has to be the key. Through tunnels, these 2 players outside the doors just have to distract. Twist has to make this kill if they want a chance. He's not going to get it done as Electronic stands tall. Naf gets offered up Flamey, but when he gets dinked down to 2 HP, he's going to think better of going for this one. Simple wants the frag. He's out for one.
They have committed to the project, and the spam is just not there. Elige does get the kill, but he knows it's too late. Time has ticked away, and that bomb's going to explode whether they like it or not. They can't save the AWP, and Navi will pick up the round. And that, you're exactly right. That kill there in the tunnels, that was the kill. That had to happen.
I'm very surprised we haven't seen Team Liquid go for more aggressive plays, boosting the AWP up Cat, letting him go for a pick towards middle, maybe even going for a lower dark push, because the AWP hasn't really had an opportunity to be too much in play right now for Na'Vi because their economy has been so restricted. But instead, they're happy to give up map control and take the duels. If you're going to do that, if you're going to rely on your individuals and just keep playing cookie cutter, there's nothing wrong with that because Liquid have so much firepower. But if they keep getting bullied, if they keep getting beaten, as this hard lock comes in, they're going to have to adjust.
And it seems as though Na'Vi want to keep them guessing, especially in this moment. The weaponry is what it is out here for Liquid, and Simple will win the first exchange of gunfire, and in a hail of gunfire indeed. Flamey also grabbing one there on the twist, so the numbers have actually not gone in favor of Team Liquid. 3 members alive here, Elige, Naf, and Stewie. Stewie is all the way over there on the other side of the map, having not had any sort of firefight of his own go on just yet. It's going to be Na'Vi that backs out along. It looks like they might actually want to take it over there towards B, or perhaps peek down middle and see if they can catch someone rotating or out of position. But looks like that B side is going to be heavily favored here, Chadberg.
Yeah, it makes sense because if Stewie just grabs one, even if he gets 2 and goes down, it's a 2v2 post plan on this B bomb site. It's quite easy to lock on out. Elige's close, but he doesn't have any utility to aid Stewie with. He's just going to have to get on the scene as quickly as he can. Zeus has actually opted to go down through the middle corridor, and we can see Electronics starting to deviate in that direction as well. B would have definitely been a wise port of call, but they've definitely bolstered that defense as Elige is drawn on over by that lurk smoke. It's all going to be on Naf on Catwalk here.
Even Flamey getting out here into the B site is not exactly the opening that Navi's banking on. They're banking on this catwalk tank, and meanwhile, Flamey's going to go ahead and put some damage into the B site. 2 big frags, though, for Liquid. However, Elige is the only one alive. The man that seemingly has a plan here. He's going to go try to work his way through CT spawn, Molotov'd off, so he can't get necessarily as close as he would like. But that would have been the big shot to hit. That would have definitely kept him in contention of this round. And
they're going to hear it.
That Molotov, actually, yeah, you're right, Chad. That sound cue. He's going to spot Zeus.
Whoa, I guess they're not going to hear it. And the long-range whiff from Elige there. If he had made that kill onto Electronic, he could have isolated the duel on the site. That 1v1 was more than possible.
Yep. That's just not how it all went down, Mr. Burchill.
Oh, it's a very back-and-forth nature in both of these maps right now. Na'Vi keep finding solutions for the puzzle that is Liquid. Now I really expect something unique to come out from Liquid because their economy, it's in a very bad position. They either can take a save here and opt to go for a buy round on round number 15, the last round of the game, and that is what's going to happen, of the half, not the game.
Of the
We
half.
have 16 rounds to win.
The numbers
15
check
rounds
out.
and a half.
Yes, the numbers check out. You're right.
I was never the best at maths.
Same. Not even the quick ones. But the quick ones are simple. And he's able to put Na'Vi into an early advantage here in this game as they just sort of speed through that round. Not a whole lot to show for Team Liquid. 4 alive on the side of Na'Vi, 7-7 the score. And having won the first map already, Team Liquid want to win this last round, understandably. Going to buy up what they can. Does like a little bit of utility here, and they do have the option of the kit, except for that's not going to be the purchase. Nitro being the last one to have swiped his card there at the old buy menu. No kits going into this round. And Electronic pushing at a fury pace.
Oh, this is quick.
Down mid. Very fast indeed. The flashes did go through, and in fact, they seem very effective, very successful. It's just not something that they felt comfortable capitalizing on, it seems.
Look how early they're able to get cat control, right? When you're able to do this versus team, you can milk out the utility much quicker because now they have to use it knowing your presence is merely there. They've left the A-bomb site with only 2 defenders, Twist anchoring long, and Naf over towards that car position. Elige has to be worried about the mid to B because we've seen it be so effective thus far for Na'Vi. That means he's going to be over towards that site with Nitro and Stewie. But as we can see right now, the majority of the attack is over towards this catwalk position. Edward is defaulting outside long, making sure nobody can push for free information. Flamey watching Upper Dark doing the exact same job, just on the other side of the map.
And still where this bomb is, they can traverse. They can still do whatever it is that they want to do, and hedging their bets towards B is what Liquid is going to be doing. 3 players there.
Bomb is heading through T-spawn right now, so this is a great read. Or a great gamble.
It's a great read. One more over of a Novel's tail. Navi trying to secure this last round of the half, and 4 members there in upper B halls.
Here we go, they're setting up a pounce. The smoke's going to come in. There's already been 1 lurk smoke thrown from Flamey. A second means there has to have been another player within the tunnels. Now Simple's going to try and go mid to B on his own. Oh, he just made a lot of noise.
Somehow, Stewie's still able to grab one there in that. Yeah, it's just all over the place right there. You have to think about the push, and for what it's worth, Liquid do come out the victors in that round, Chad. 4 alive, and they made it look relatively easy for what was an up and down half.
Blistering hot end to that game, back and forth throughout. All in all, Liquid once more winning the half 8-7. We want to see how their T side finishes this one off as we kick on over to the break. We'll see you all soon.
CSGO Major Championship reads correct. If you're just joining us, you've picked the very, very best time to do so. Liquid trying to regain control here in a dominant fashion. Of course, they do have an 8-7 lead currently, but they cannot sit comfortably at that. Team Liquid taking on Natus Vincere in what will be a playoff berth match, and one that will net the winner on the opposite side of the bracket from Astralis. Now, ahead of us, we do have a pistol round here, and it's going to be Team Liquid starting on this T side, looking like they want to draw some attention over here to the B site, Chad.
Yeah, that's the standard lurk smoke we always get seen thrown by. The default to always on that part of the map, but on the pistol round it's a little bit more unique. They want to explode through this with a flash. It's going to come in. Simple's close.
Real close. Too close for comfort. In fact, so close that they're all bumping into each other here in the smoke, and it's going to be Liquid coming out on top so far. Twist in a big way.
Obliterate.
3 massive Glock kills for him. And that will, in fact, rain on the parade of Nodus Vincier, trying to hold it together here in this pistol round. Not the start they were looking for. Edward left alive in the upper tunnels, and there's just not much that he can do. 22 HP, and he's about to run into Twist. A 4K for him on the round. All headshots, all beautifully placed. And that guy is as cool as the underside of the pillow in which that hair came from.
Love to see this kid in action. One of the most exciting players in all of Counter-Strike right now. He just continues to deliver. The pistol round, what better place to do it than a pivot point for the second half?
Absolutely. That was a crucial round.
Yeah, it sets Liquid up here on a bit of a pedestal where they can actually set a platform to start stringing some rounds together. Will be the full eco approach coming out from the side of Na'Vi. I expect them just to be absolutely mopped across the map as the USPs are spread out in a standard formation. Flamey pushes up mid. Will get taken down by Nitro, who's ready and waiting for a play just like that. And the dominoes should fall one after the other. This means that Na'Vi want to get into the action very early. They want to make sure that they can get a full gun round up as opposed to going for a force buy and hoping to make a miracle happen.
And it would take a miracle indeed. Rather being fiscally responsible is what we'll call it. So they do send 3 players to play predominantly on this B side, having, well, Simple sort of scout out middle. They have given up the sight. And they're hoping to catch someone crossing. Little do they know, no one is in fact crossing at all. All the bullets wasted. All the information there now. They have spotted Nitro to the top of middle. Liquid playing this very, very patiently. They don't want to run into a stack. Little do they know there is actually no one defending that A bomb site as it stands. 5 members alive. Nitro will scale his way up catwalk. And now the remaining 4 members of Liquid will push through long A. Again, pistols only on the side of Na'Vi. They have not elected to purchase anything in this round, to my knowledge.
This one right here, all you want to do if you're a Na'Vi player is hope that the UMP can't farm any extra cash. You can hold on to your life. You really don't have anything to gain. Sure, maybe you can get a kill and grab an AK, but that's only if Team Liquid are sloppy. Nitro and Nav, they want to hunt kills like this. That's $600 a pop, and I'm a big fan of cash dollar bills, and so is the Team Liquid side.
And they say cream, Chad, and that's exactly what they mean. Cash ruling everything around.
Don't the cool kids say bread nowadays?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, there's something about the pop culture and stuff we were talking about, but yes.
I ain't no baker.
Yeah, man. Well, as the baking continues here, the rolling of the dough will be on the side of Team Liquid. They do have just about all the tools they need, but now over on Na'Vi, we do see a very similar situation. 3 Augs, AWP in Simple's hand, and Zeus with the M4. Liquid taking a page out of Na'Vi's book here early on in these rounds and really taking control of this middle area. They don't want to find the fight there. It's really awkward for everyone involved. Flamey will be there by himself. He can hear them. Not much that he can do. The Molotov's coming out perfectly placed. That was to get Flamey out of position. They heard the sound cues of the Molotov hitting, and now that they know they backed Flamey off, they can kind of start to think about where it is that they want to move forward to.
Yeah, that is a 2-pronged Molotov. It forces him back up the line as Simple hits a huge shot. Twist with the automatic response, and now he's going to push on out to the bridge. Has to take another duel. Will spot one up. Doesn't get the kill, but Elige finishes it off, and now Zeus all alone towards long here. Has to fall back and doesn't even get a chance. Twists unrelenting. That AK constantly battering this Na'Vi side. We saw what it did late on Mirage. It's doing it again here on Dust 2.
It's a big head to take down there for Simple. The response frag, that is, the trade. And they're going to be conceding this round, Simple and company. Now keeping their score at 7, while Liquid will advance 1 more. 11 will be the score line, and Twist has taken it upon himself to clear the path for him and the homies. As they have gotten out of the site, they realize that they will not be going for this. And again, 11th round on the board for Liquid. and they're punishing them.
This is a bit of a battering right now. Sure, the scoreline is 11-7, but these rounds have been extremely convincing. Navi have to take another save right now. They can't invest into this. This should be 12 rounds now on the board for Team Liquid. They might just want to take more of a tactical eco, as Zeus actually has gone for a bit of Kevlar upgrade with the pistol, because the max loss bonus does come 1 round earlier now due to the pistol round loss bonus change.
So maybe they have something in mind here. And that's about the most activated I've seen the coach of Navi.
Yeah, Kane is very animated right now. This is do or die. If this map falls, Navi will drop down to the 2-1 position. They will have to play again in another best of 3 to secure their playoff bracket life. Well, they have to bring this one right back, steal map 2 away and take us to nuke. It does seem unlikely right now, but you can never count out Simple and Electronic. This Navi team, they get it done.
Yeah, even Flamey at this point, and would love to see what the plan is here. They do have 4 Deagles, 1 USP. They've tried to put a little bit of aggression there towards long, but to no avail. Naf just barely taking any damage, now down to 85 HP. Meanwhile, Zeus fighting a battle of his own and not really having anything to show for it other than the loss of health. It's going to be an all-in on long A from the looks of it. Now, if they start to second-guess themselves, if they start to question whether this is the right move, that will not be a good idea, but...
Different Opera again, though, Tracer.
That's right.
This time round.
No, it's your turn. No, it's your turn.
It just continues to change hands. And what that actually adds as a dynamic is, sure, there's no primary AWPer who's going to do it in the same level as Device. But what it means is it's always showing a unique look. So it's hard to counter-strat. Very difficult to get the finger on the pulse as the AX cube will come in. Molotov smokes, flashes and nades deployed as Flamey stands in one, gets whittled down. Now, lingering close. May have an opportunity here, but Liquid seems to think something's up.
Well, something is up indeed, and Flamey is going to be very close to the action, not close enough to secure a kill, and it'll be up to Electronic with a deagle in hand. Finds a nice shot placed onto Elijah's dome piece, but Nitro will get the better of him. And you see what Liquid did there. They obviously got all the way into the site. You see all the utility come out, and then they just held. They waited. They wanted to make sure they didn't caught any sort of weird push or crossfire or anything that Navi might have been playing, given their monetary and weaponry situation.
It's a good execute when the long control is established like that. The smokes for the cross is important, but the Molotovs to the site equally is important. You don't want players pivoting while you're going up the ramp or pushing through the smoke, so always have to keep an eye on those. This is a faster approach right now. There's a cat smoke for a biff, but Simple finds the opening kill onto Twist. The entry fragger has been dropped as Elige. He's still going to barrel up as he grabs the smoke. He's going to drop that very early. This is going to apply a lot of pressure. Has that SG. We'll use the one-way capabilities of this, but should be known by players such as Navi.
Zeus pushed up all the way down long now. Will give them some sort of early warning should they flex back, but having already lost Twist is putting them in a difficult position nonetheless. AWP on Stewie. And he's setting himself up for a smoke now.
Oh, this looks like wall smokes here. So what they want to do is they want to isolate Zeus as the solo long anchor. They'll create a wall along the long corridor, throw some pop flashes, clear the close angles. And with Zeus lying behind the doors, he has to hope that Electronic can get there to help him with utility, because he's not going to want to push through that wall of smoke once it lands. You see this about to come on in.
He's turning now.
Fake?
Yes, indeed it is a fake, Chad. And they're going to be running up catwalk with a quickness now. The problem with that is that there are 2 members of Navi here inside of this A site. And they're going to find that out sooner rather than later. Player playing on ramp there, and Electronic finds the first kill on an AF. Does get traded by Stewie's AWP. Meanwhile, Elige walking right through the smoke into the crosshair of Flamey. Stewie still alive in a menace with the AWP, taking down Zeus. A 2v2, Simple and Edward versus Stewie and Nitro. With the bomb plant in hand and catwalk control, just enough catwalk control. This is going to be an interesting retake. Looks like they are going to go for it, but they have no idea where Liquid has entrenched themselves now in the post plant.
Oh, that's a waste of a smoke. That could have been used on the bomb. Edward trying to peer over the top now. He's going to spot one, but the time it's dropping on down. Simple His duo in this retake has already been taken out of the picture, and Edward, he can only save, but Nitro doesn't want to let that happen. 21 kills, make that 22.
And that's going to be a see you later there, bud. Yes, that's right, Chad. Nitro, 22-7 with 105 ADR in this game. Liquid leading now 13-7 on the second map after having won the first.
This is a very important map for Team Liquid to have in their back pocket. This is a map where they can take the fight to an Astralis as we head further into the tournament. You want to bolster the map pool. You don't want to be playing Astralis on the standards of Inferno, Trains of the world, maps where they're very comfortable. Try and throw a bit more of the unusual at them, and Dust2 is still settling into the map pool, surprisingly. A long push will come in. Nitro wants to piece aggressive, but he's going to get taken down by Electronic with the 5-7. He gets one. Twist on the chase. He's not getting in away from Flamey. Is going to fall as well. And now we have a 3-on-3. This is still possible, though. Look at the HP of Twist right now.
And Liquid didn't want to let them get away with that. They wanted to kind of punish them for that aggression, even though they did lose some members there in the fight. They did not want to see Navi slip away and even have the possibility of having some weaponry with them. And they have done just that. It's going to be Stewie, Naf, and Twist trying to work their way up long A now. All three together, bomb in hand. It's going to be Zeus on catwalk. Not far behind him will be Simple and Mr. Edward there through the CT spawn area. Twist will be the first line of contact, and smoke seemingly landing just precisely so that there's no gaps or anything to look under.
Navi need this round.
Navi need it big time. That Molotov is not going to be able to push Simple off as he grabs one. Does go for the second. Not needed. Edward and Zeus doing their part. And wow, what a round for Navi to take.
That's a huge round for them to get if they want to mount any form of a comeback right now. Electronic started it off with 2 massive kills over towards Bedroom at long. And from there, they just stuck as a pack. Simple had to hit that massive deagle shot. Here's what we're talking about.
Yeah, big play here from Electronic. Instrumental in that round, really putting Liquid on the back foot very, very early on. But now we're going to see the double op setup come out on the side of Navi. Again, trying to mount a comeback, trying to get something going here. Ops in the hands of Flamey and Simple.
That's an interesting dynamic now that the SG is kind of creating. It can be spammed towards mid as the AWP player sets up. Normally, the AWP just takes one shot. You either tag someone through the door or you get lucky through the smoke. Now the Krieg did a bit of damage to Simple. It's just menacing. It's frustrating. It's annoying.
It is that, isn't it? Almost as annoying as this is going to be. Electronic playing anti-flash here on catwalk.
Oh, this nade.
He's not by his lonesome. Flamey probably to take this first shot with AWP. And Electronic's going to pivot off that, maybe swing and get one more. But it's going to take the commitment from Liquid to round that corner. Now, grenade coming out. The swing from Electronic a little premature, and Nitro able to take down Flamey. That one did not pan out at all for Navi. Now Zeus here at long by himself. He's going to have to fall off just a little bit, but, well, he's going to run into Naf if he keeps going that direction.
Oh, no. Zeus is completely locked on in. He's not going to have an opportunity to save here at all.
Yeah, and I don't think that could have gone much worse in terms of how it unfolded on that one. That was
you hate
rough
to see it. Oh, there's a door. That's an escape. That's a chance to get on out of dodge.
He has gotten out of dodge, but Liquid might be getting out of this map with a W. And in fact, that does put a 14th on the board. They are being punished, though. Mind you, it is still very possible for Navi to run this back, but it's going to be an uphill battle for the rest of this game.
Zeus needs to be careful with that scope because Stewie was relatively close, and I thought he would have been on the hunt. He's going to think better of it, considering 2 of his teammates have fallen, and the money system isn't in the best place possible. But the reset right now comes in for Navi. I know it was only a pistol upgrade they had before, so they will have a little bit of residual. They will be able to get the full gun round coming on out. They have an SG, 2 AUGs, an M4, and an AWP.
And even more importantly to note as well, there are several timeouts remaining in the game. And these are the times where you think that those would probably come out. If you're the coach, you're probably saying, okay, well, let's recenter it, let's refocus, and perhaps level our heads here as we go into the later half of this game.
I like that we keep seeing different faces from Liquid. They're ready to take Cat, now they're ready to go towards B and explode on Flamey.
Keeping him guessing.
He's been cooled, you know, he's been forced to rotate as opposed to heads up duels, and now he needs to deliver.
Now he needs to deliver in a big way. Edward's going to find 1, 2. Can't seem to get the third on the board. And neither can Flamey. For someone that has been putting up impressive numbers all game long, that is not the case in this instance. But the rotations are coming with a fury. Simple going to go ahead and get in the fight himself. Stewie being on the receiving end of the AWP. Now, as Naf plants the bomb, Elysia's going to have to hold tight, hold fast. And they're going to try to pick them off one by one. They want to see Liquid here make a mistake.
No.
They want to see Liquid expose themselves, but all this utility coming from the tunnel is going to draw a lot of attention to that tunnel. They know now that there is a player there, and the two others coming from the outside of the site. That window, it's going to be a push. It's going to be the pincer. And that grenade, just a little bit of damage as well. Big kill by Naf to keep it in their favor. Now down to Simple with the AWP, and this is a round they can't let slip away. And he's going to have to wait it out. He can't hit the shot and can't win the round. And more importantly, there's nothing that he can do now as Liquid do look at map and series point here over Navi.
One round away now for Team Liquid, securing their place in the championship bracket. Right then and there, I don't think Zeus realized his lurk smoke was a little bit too deep. There was a gap, and that gap was his demise. Other than that, fantastic utility usage. The Molotov towards Vakaplat, the nade to follow up, that information given to his team on the retake.
Yeah.
But with him going down before the other players were in position, meant that the trade potential wasn't there. Now it all rests on Simple on the AWP. Edward with the AUG, who's already been tagged up crossing the mid doors. Simple almost gets taken down, but he'll respond. He'll take down Stewie.
Now, you were talking about that exact scenario, Chad. You said the exact same thing. Have that Krieg hold there, maybe put some spam down, but in this instance, it was Stewie 2K that got punished. And Liquid now on match and series point with a man deficit.
Bit of a blunder there as well. They missed the mid-door Molotovs. That means they can't clear Edward out of position. He gets to stand close. We can see that nobody from Na'Vi is over towards that B-bomb site, so it's an open avenue right now, but you wouldn't expect that. This is a gamble from Na'Vi.
It is very much a gamble. And for Nitro to be pushed up there on Catwalk does give them somewhat of a flexibility, even if he does just dump all of his grenades over there and try to sell an A hit. It's certainly going to be on this B site, and they're going to run into the Undertaker himself. Backing off just a little bit, maybe a good read overall. But now when he re-peaks it, he gets a double. That is instrumental in keeping Na'Vi alive here. That alone could have been a totally different round in the playout. But we're going to see just how that happens. Twist now, 1 versus 4, trying to get something back in the way of Team Liquid as they sit on match point.
Twist can't win this 1v1. This would be insane. What is going on? Twist with 2 huge kills. He gets the 3rd. There's one left over towards window.
Oh my goodness. So close that everyone is feeling just a little uncomfortable right there. Flamey saving the day. And you can see the sigh of relief from Simple on that one. That was just a little close, Chad.
Take a pause, take a breath. I definitely need one. Look at this pinpoint precision. Whew, if he had made that kill 1 second earlier onto Zeus.
Or even if he doesn't take the fight.
Oh, boy.
The last guy, I mean, there's just so many what-ifs you could play with right there. That could have been the end of the game. That could have been the end of the series.
What a way that would have been to end it.
Hell yeah. Here we go now. Liquid still with weaponry, but
oh,
not when you
completely blind.
Erased by Simple himself. The Undertaker is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. You have upset him, and you don't want to see Simple when he's angry.
He looks angry all the time in this Na'Vi team.
I think you're right.
He needs to deliver more so. Going for a second kill, not going to land a Liege. We'll even it up 4v4 now. Score 15-9. Na'Vi can't falter at any point. Zeus will fall. The A bomb site completely open now. Flamey, the first responder. Up the ramp he goes. The electronic on the other side of the map will drop. Edward. He's going to push dark and grab one, but this is so difficult. Trace. The bombs drop mid-ramp.
But that Molotov takes Edward out of the round.
The bombs.
Flamey being the only member alive here for Nodus Vincier. Elysian Twist now have to recover this bomb. Little under a minute left on the clock. They have an AWP and 2 smokes to work with. It'll be very interesting to see how they play this. The right thing to do here is to probably try to trade off of one another. But not knowing Flamey's position has them a little uneasy. And if he does this just right, which he has thus far, he's taken down Twist. He's going to look for the other one, and that is how it all ends. Elige puts a cap in Flamey. And Liquid keeping it alive here in Katowice, have secured the 3-0 and will be going through to the playoffs on the opposite side of the brackets from Astralis. A double victory, some might even call it. A great showing for Stuart 2K, and Adren here for their showing at the Katowice Major.
Crisp aim throughout. Team Liquid showing why they were given the second seed in this tournament. Why they're one of the big names who could potentially rival Astralis at